Hi, this is Coach Tommy Tuberville, Senator from the great state of Alabama, and you're watching Rebound with Matt Doherty.
Welcome to The Rebound with Coach Matt Doherty.
Welcome to The Rebound. I am Matt Doherty, and I'll be your host. On this show, we explore remarkable rebound stories of resilience and recovery. We highlight the leadership qualities that emerge in the face of life's toughest challenges, revealing the strength and determination within individuals that inspire us all. With me today is someone that understands battles on the football field and in the U.S. Senate. He retired as one of the nation's best college football coaches before becoming a senator for the great state of Alabama. He was the head football coach at Ole Miss, Auburn, Texas Tech, and Cincinnati. In 2004, he led Auburn to a 13-0 record and was voted AP National Coach of the Year. After the 2016 season, he retired as one of the top 50 winningest coaches of all time. He joined ESPN as a full-time member of the broadcast staff and then went on to politics. Senator, welcome.
Yeah, I had lost my mind. You got that right. I'm in politics. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's so good to talk to a football coach, to another coach. My background is coaching. And why politics?
Well, I wanted to help. I was at the age in Vietnam, I barely missed the military, so I didn't serve in the military. So when I got out, I told my wife I wanted to do something to help our country. Our country's done so much for us, and I wanted my kids and grandkids to have an opportunity like I've had of growing up in the greatest country ever. So I said, what better way? And I looked at governor of Alabama, then I looked at a couple of other things, and then I looked at Senate, and we had a senator that didn't need to be in Washington, D.C. representing Alabama. And I said, hey, I'm going to run against this guy, and I beat him 22%. And here I am, and it is the swamp, I'll tell you that. And there's some good things up here, but there's a lot of bad things going on also.
You've coached in the swamp in Florida against the Gators, maybe, and now you're coaching in D.C. What's similar about coaching major college football and being a U.S. senator?
Well, it's competition. We've got a lot of people here that don't like the way our country has been run. They don't like our Constitution. They don't like a lot of things about our country. And I'm a fighter. I'm not somebody that's going to come up here and try to give our country away. I want to make it stronger. But it's also about communication, getting along with people, selling yourself, trying to get people to agree with you on a bill that you want to pass. So there's some similarities, but everything up here works very slow. There's not a game on a Tuesday or a Thursday or a Saturday like we had in basketball and football and in college. Your games are sporadic. They don't happen very often. You do a lot of work on trying to get bills passed. But right now we're in the election mode, so there's really not going to be anything done between now and November, and so there'll be a lot of travel. There is a lot of travel of this. So, you and I travel through coaching, but I tell you what, I've traveled to many states. I've traveled all over the world, talking to people that need help, or we need help from other countries in certain situations. So I enjoy a lot of it, but people ask me, which one you like the best? I said, heck, coaching is a lot more fun, but this is life or death.
Yeah.
What we're doing.
What do you miss most about coaching football?
I miss the game days. I don't miss all the things that go along with it. I miss game days. I miss the camaraderie with the players, and it's like family. You have 100 staff members, basically, from coaches to equipment to all the things that go along with that, to the competition, seeing kids grow and get better and better. But I'll tell you that I do not like the direction that our country is going, our college football or college athletics is going right now in a lot of different areas, especially the NIL.
Talk about that. I know you have some real strong feelings about it. Talk more about the NIL.
Well, first of all, we forgot what college athletics is about. Number one, it gives opportunities, as you and I know, to people to get a chance for a great education. And that maybe they might not been able to get through certain other situations. So getting a scholarship at a university is it should be something that's a reward for your hard work and effort. And then you get there, then what you take from that is obviously your sporting life, but also your education life. And right now with NIL, it's all about money. Now, I love college sports, basketball, football, baseball. I love it all. And I want athletes, and I understand, you know this, being an athlete, that when you're a college athlete, you have no chance to go out and get a part-time job, to make money, to do things, go out on a date or buy or pay for a car or used car or buy a tank of gas, all those things. You just don't have time because it is time consuming. So I'm not against players making money. I think I've always said they should make some more money than they possibly get. But I'm not for one player getting millions of dollars and other players not getting anything. I think it needs to be broken down and paid through the university and maybe from donations, but let the university handle all this. And then I do not agree with this transfer portal where if they think that they just don't like the coach or not getting enough money, or they want to try to get a new contract for more money, that they just jump up and run to another school. I do not like that because it teaches a kid to quit. And this is about teamwork, hard work, dedication, work ethic. All those things go along with it.
You know, I love talking about leadership on this show. So what happened? Where was the leadership? Where was the void when all this kind of collapsed? We gave up on transfer portal. We let players just go, and we started paying them through the NIL, and there was really no direction. It was technically not supposed to be used as a recruiting inducement. Where was the leadership, the void in leadership of the NCAA at the time?
Well, you're exactly right on the inducement. You know, when the Supreme Court said that athletes could make money off their name, image, and likeness, I'm all for that. But it did not say that if you're a 10th or 11th grader, you can start be offered $500,000 or $1 million to attend a school, because hell, nobody knows who you are. Right. I mean, you can't sell yourself. You might have the prospects of being an excellent player down the road, but to me, you need to get to that university and create your own situation where people say, yeah, I want you to come and advertise for our car dealership or our restaurant. But now we're paying kids millions of dollars, some kids, millions of dollars just to come because we think they're going to be good football players or good basketball or baseball players. And then you got women's sports and Olympic sports that are going to be hung out to dry. There's no money to support them because that money that normally went from donations to these Olympic and women's sports that don't bring in revenue, it used to go to that. Now it goes to players to entice them to play and come play at a school, either in baseball or football.
Well, I know you're also big on Title IX, very involved in Title IX. Matter of fact, correct me if I'm wrong, your first coaching job in Harmony Grove High School in Camden, Arkansas, your hometown, was coaching a girls' basketball team. Is that correct?
Well, that was one of my duties. I had junior girls basketball along with track and football. And, you got to start somewhere. And was that an experience, coaching junior girls basketball? It was a lot of fun. But it was something else to deal with a bunch of young girls at that age, knowing that they're very competitive and they love to win. They love to play. They all wanted to play at the same time. But all those things put aside, Title IX in my lifetime has been one of the most successful laws that's come out of Washington, D.C. It allowed women at any age to have the same access to facilities, coaches, revenue. You couldn't be left out. It gave you an opportunity to become a leader and understand that we could have more sports. And you and I grew up, might have been women's basketball. There was no track, there was no softball, there was not hardly anything. So Title IX forced the hand of universities and high schools to say, listen, you're going to get federal money, you're going to equal the playing field here. And that was awesome. But now the same people that were for that are for men playing in women's sports and actually tearing the sports down. It's taken away from women's sports. It is absolutely a disaster. I can't believe I go to some of these people up here that vote for men playing in women's sports, and especially some of these ladies, and I go, tell me, you got a daughter, you got granddaughters. Do you want them dressing in the same dress room, shower in the same shower, participating when a lot of times you're just physically outmatched? Do you want that to happen? Everybody should have the same opportunities. No. But up here, it's a different world because they don't want gender up here. Everybody's the same gender, and everybody should have that same opportunity to do whatever they want to do. And I'm totally against that.
Let's go to break. And when we come back, Coach Tuberville is going to discuss the biggest rebound in our nation.
OMJ Clothing is an elite men's clothing store that provides a vast array of spectacular brands of men's lifestyle apparel for every day. Elevate your business upscale casual at OMJ. Success comes from standing out. The Rebound is sponsored by Sector Spider ETFs, a unique family of exchange-traded funds that divide the S&P 500 into 11 sector index funds. You can buy just the sectors you like or customize the S&P 500 by weighting the 11 sectors to meet your financial objective. Please visit them on the web at sectorspiders.com. That's sector, SPDRS.com.
Alps Portfolio Solutions Distributor, a registered broker-dealer, is the distributor for the Select Sector Spider Trust.
Well, this goes, the more I studied politics, and I've been on a WBT, a local radio show in Charlotte, and I was very confused as to why people were supporting the destruction of our cities, financing protests, destroying the fabric of our country. And I really couldn't understand it. The more I read, the more the word communism came up, socialism, Marxism. And then you start reading about the manifesto, the Communist Manifesto, about breaking down the nuclear family, churches, the media, propaganda, the indoctrination of schools, students. What do you see from where you sit in D.C.?
I couldn't have said it better. You're exactly online with all of it. It's a different world that a lot of these people up here want for the United States of America. First of all, I call them globalists, and most people probably, I don't know whether you know what a globalist is. The people out there, globalist is somebody that doesn't want any borders anywhere. Everybody is in the same country. Anybody can go anywhere they want, do anything they want. And right now, we've got globalists that are running our country because we have no southern border. We have thousands coming across a day. Some people are good, but most we're getting from other countries are garbage. People's criminals, convicts, they're emptying their jails or prisons, and they're coming to the United States of America. But they want a one world government. They want United States is they're the big apple left. Europe is gone. Mass immigration has destroyed Europe. The animals are running in the zoo in almost every big city in Paris, London, Berlin. All these countries have lost because of mass immigration. The only one left is the United States of America. And they want the same thing that's happening in Europe right now. Bad crime, recession, people controlling the streets, dirt everywhere, trash everywhere. And the elite are the only ones that have the power. Well, they want the same thing here. And by golly, in my watch, we're going to try to keep that from happening. And hopefully we can do it. But I'm telling you, I've never seen like the followers. We don't have leaders in Washington, D.C. Most of the people up here follow the elite for some reason instead of say, listen, that's not what America's about. America's about freedom and Constitution and God and things that we've been able to thrive on and give people a chance to earn something by merit, not this DEI crap that people are taking advantage of, hey, I should have this job because of what I look like or who I am. No, you get a job, and it's like coaching sports. You get a job or you play in sports because you're the best one. You earned it by merit, and they don't want that in the United States anymore.
Meritocracy. I talk about that all the time. Coming out with a book in the next 6 months about the park. Growing up at the park in New York, playing basketball, and it didn't matter if you were tall or short, slow or fast, old or young, black or white. If you could help the team win and stay on the court, you got to play.
Exactly.
And with the way we are now, we are so soft. And I'm sure you've seen this box about strong men lead to, strong country. Strong country leads to weak men, which leads to a weak country. And we're in that quadrant. And we got to get out of it. We got to get out of it. So what's the answer?
Well, I just left the speech in the House of Representatives, thousands of people in there that Benjamin Netanyahu just gave. He spoke for an hour. And let me tell you something. I've been listening to the Democrats and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for the past 3.5 years. That is the first speech that I've ever heard since I've been a senator that I'm standing up going, now that's leadership. That's strong leadership. And he got up there and praised the American people, not politicians. He praised the American people for helping with their hard-earned money, taxpayer money, to help Israel fight off the terrorists from Gaza, Hamas. And it was I felt better when I left. I've usually leave there after listening to Biden or Kamala Harris going, my God, what are we going to do? I mean, so we need leadership in this country, but we need strong leadership. I'm tired of leading from behind. I'm tired of seeing this country being led by leaders that are soft, that want to give everything to everybody else instead of say, listen, you want it, you come take it. But we're the leader. This is how we're going to do it. And we're going to use American taxpayer money to help the American taxpayer and not send it to these other places. And I don't mind helping other people, but America's got to be first, because right now it's not America first in this country. It is America last.
Who's behind, like when Biden got elected, I was thinking there's somebody else pulling the strings, right? Who's behind the scenes? Is it the George Soroses of the world, the Bill Gates? Who's pulling the strings in DC?
Yeah, it's the deep state. It's the Soroses, the Clintons, the Obamas, Pelosi and Schumer. These people have loved Joe Biden being president because they run the show. He just taking long vacations every week. He loves being president, flying around on the plane. He has not had a cabinet meeting with all his cabinet members since last October. That'd be like having a football coaching staff and playing games and not ever meeting with your coaches. Basically say, okay, y'all just show up Saturday and we're going to see if this works out. Just do your own thing. We have no leadership. And it's getting to the point where our country is really, really suffering from all standpoints. Look at the crime. Look at the rate. Look at our farmers, for instance. Nobody ever talks about our farmers. We are losing thousands of farmers a week. We lost 150,000 farms in the last 3 years. We lost 25,000 farmers. Folks, Walmart doesn't grow the food out of back of Walmart. They get it at other farms. People, a lot of these kids that are in these woke schools now think that the grocery stores raise the food, not the farmers. We are in huge trouble because of common sense.
But that's driven by the deep state. They want this. They want the chaos. It's good for government business, right? I mean, they are in business. I said this on another show that when Abraham Lincoln was a senator, they went to D.C. part-time and they went home and worked a job. But now a lot of politicians, this is their career. They've been lifetime politicians that are working on behalf of some other entity that's footing the bill. So they're making decisions that aren't in the best interest of the American people.
Exactly. They speak for corporations and people that help them get reelected. I didn't come up here to stay forever. I come up here to help. If I can't help, I'm going home, play golf, go fishing, enjoy we're in the fourth quarter of life, and you want to enjoy that with your kids and your grandkids and all those things. But let me tell you, we've got this machine up here that's called the deep state. It ramped up last week with President Trump. They missed the assassination attempt. He makes it to the Republican convention. It was a huge pep rally. Everything's going in the right way, and the machine says there's no way Joe Biden can win. So it's not his corruption. It's not his decision making. It's not his age. It's not his sickness. He can't win. So he's out. Who's up next? That's how they work. And that's exactly what happened. And so that thing was done overnight with Kamala Harris. She tells everybody that she's African American. She's not. She's Indian and Jamaican. Well, let's don't get in a race deal. Let's pick out the best person to lead this country. That's what the American people want and they deserve. And hopefully that's what we do in the next 3 months. We pick the right person.
Well, Coach, you've been gracious with your time. 2 questions. One, why should we, as conservative Christians, have hope?
Well, people ask me everywhere I go speak, whether it's in Arizona, whether it's Nevada, whether it's Texas, Massachusetts, everybody's, Coach, what can you do? When you get up every morning, you get on your hands and knees and pray to God. And when you go to bed, you do the same thing. We got a lot of good people in this country that can help this country. He's the only one that can save us. We're in bad trouble. We're in so much trouble debt-wise with people here that are here to tear this country down. We have no plan. This administration has no plan for the future of our military, of our law enforcement, of how we get out of this $35 trillion in debt. All it is spend, spend, spend. Let's let everybody come in, be happy-go-lucky, and then join this world system one world system that they want. And I don't think the American people want that. We're going to find out come November.
Lastly, what question should I have asked you, Coach, that I didn't?
Well, you pretty much hit it. You didn't ask me about football season coming up. Most people do. But that being said, I don't keep up with it that much anymore. But I do think that, and I tell people there's 3 things that's made this country great other than God. And, of course, God should be in all of our lives. But 3 things make this country great has been family. A man and a woman raised in a family where you get your discipline and your hard work ethic. You learn your values. The second thing is sports. Sports teaches you those same things, but on a different level, different playing field with different people, and you learn how to win and you learn how to lose. And then you learn how to get back up and go again. And the other thing is military. Military was a great opportunity, has been a great opportunity for kids. Even if they went to college, they get out. We have been strongest in the world in the military. We've lost that. We've turned into a DEI woke military that we can't get anybody to join anymore. We're letting transgenders ruin our military. Listen, I don't care if you think you're a giraffe, okay? But you don't get to do something that's going to take away from the security of the best nation ever, the United States of America. So that being said, we're losing all of our values. We're losing everything that has built this country great, and we got to get people back to work. A lot of people sitting at home taking a check.
That's
and
right.
There's going to be a lot of hard decisions to make, but it's not too hard for me to say, hey, you're 30 years old, get out there, find you a job, and make a living.
That's right.
That's your responsibility.
Well, Coach Tuberville, thank you for joining us today on the Rebound. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show.
Well, thank you. Let's talk again soon. We're a lot of water underneath the bridge between now and November, the first week in November, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. And as I said, everybody get on your hands and knees and pray, because we're going to need a lot of prayer between now and then.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Leadership is a learned behavior. We all lead in some way, shape, or form. We all deal with adversity. And when you do, I challenge you to rebound. I challenge you to learn and grow. If you would like to contact me, you can reach me at dohertycoaching.com. That's DOHERTY.com. Thanks for tuning in.